Boy, oh boy, a very emotional Prince Harry sat down with the BBC after his legal defeat on Friday. Harry's request to restore the level of security they had had in the UK before leaving the royal family was rejected by the courts. Now, Harry had said he is devastated by all of this. His father will not speak to him over this, and he will not travel to England with Meghan or his kids under the current situation. Take a look.
I would love reconciliation with my family. There's no point in continuing to fight anymore. As I said, life is precious. I don't know how much longer my father has.
Okay, there's a lot there. So given everything that's transpired, is it fair for Harry to be trying to reconcile with the royal family at this stage of the game, Eliza?
I hear the audience has strong opinions on it. You know, it's strange when I watch this because I feel a bit voyeuristic. You know, I always think with family dramas and stories that this should really stay something that they want to discuss. I feel like there's always some other things that we don't know about, right? But on the other hand, they've put this out publicly and they've been talking about it publicly, which is kind of authorization to talk about it. But I just hope, you know, life is short. So I always hope that we want to live with as few regrets as we can.
Absolutely.
So I wish them all the best. For sure.
But reconciliation doesn't, like, that word truly means like coming together, like sort of meeting in the middle. And there was a little part in this that concerned me because Harry said he has forgiven them, which is wonderful. But I'm wondering if he's aware that they might also have to forgive him a little bit too, and until they can sort of, sometimes you gotta eat crow a bit, you know, when it comes to like a family reconciliation. Like, yes, I know I'm right, but I will say that I was wrong. Sometimes you have to do that. I'm worried that maybe he's maybe not there yet. Maybe not there, but maybe he will be.
Or the other side of the family.
Or the other side's out there. Or, exactly.
And I think it's fair for them not to be there. You say life is short, but our memories are long. And I think that Harry needs to remember that he wrote a book, and he had a podcast, and he did an explosive interview with Oprah Winfrey, and I doubt he asked his family members at the time if this was okay. He did what he wanted to do, and it's like, I think regardless of how rich this family is, this is something we all need to remember when we're talking about our family. Listen, you have to have respect for them, and if you really do want to reconcile, you cannot go publicly and say whatever you want, and then when it suits you, go, can we just bygones be bygones? Because if I'm a member of the family, even if I want to forgive you, the trust is gone. How do I know if I let you back in, you're not gonna, you know, write another book if we ruffle your feathers, if you're not going to do another podcast about us, and if there's no trust, why would I want to bring you back to the family table? You're going to have to lay in the bed that you made. I'm sorry.
But how can you repair that trust?
That is with a book, a best-selling book. I don't know. I don't think so.
I think it is fair for Harry to want to reconcile. This is his father, his dad, and if his dad this is a family that has so much privilege, so much wealth, and if they can't figure out how to make peace, how can they be a representative of the hope for peace out in the world? If they can't do it, why should anybody else be able to do it? So I absolutely think that no matter what, Charles is the adult in this situation. He's the old elder, I guess, is the way to put it. He's the king. I think that he should just accept. Harry has always felt like an outsider. I think he decided, for all the reasons we all know, to leave. I don't think, you brought up this morning the fact that he wasn't asking for the taxpayer to pay for the security when his family is there. He was willing to pay for it, and he was still denied that security. So to me, that seems like an unfair situation, and I think like there's nothing worse than when people get to the end of their lives, and it kind of sounds like Charles is getting there, to have this kind of a thing hanging out there. This is family. You figure it out and you make peace.
Even when you sell a book?
Even when you sell a book.
Even when you sell a book. I will say that choice is, do you want to have to patch things up before, or do you want the next time that family all gets together to be at one of their funerals? Like, that's a big question.
Yeah, I think sadly it might take that. I don't know if Charles and William are willing to come to the table. Is it fair for him to ask for reconciliation? You can ask for whatever you want. It doesn't mean they're going to give you what you're asking for. Having said that, Harry is Diana still to this day. What was Diana in the family? She was the rebel rouser. She was the rebel. She was the one who was like, this is the way that you guys do family? I don't recognize this. Where is the emotion? Where is the love? You know, the Queen's unofficial motto is never complain, never explain, right? The idea of the stiff upper lip. And it was like, you guys don't run things like a family. Even when Diana died, people were begging, saying, Queen, say something. So I think Harry is the living legacy of Diana. And every family needs a black sheep to shake up trauma. I'm sorry. You want healing? Someone's got to shake stuff up.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.